Welcome everyone to tonight's edition of Unlocking Your Truth with Dr. Leslie Okori.
Hello, everybody.
Unlocking Your Truth is a talk show about metaphysics and spirituality. And we broadcast on 101.7 FM across the Fraser Valley from CIVL on the unceded territory of the Stolo Nation.
Yes, we do.
And you can catch us on the major podcasting platforms. And you can also find past episodes on the podcast feed on my website, drlesliephillips.com. And if all that wasn't enough, we also live stream the show. We pre-record the show and we live stream it, and we allow our Facebook group members and YouTube followers to watch the show as we do the pre-recording. And so all of those things all happen between 7 and 8 o'clock Pacific time. So if you have been enjoying the show, but you've never joined us live, I encourage you to do so, because it's a lot of fun and you get to have your questions answered on the show as well.
That sounds marvelous.
Yes, tonight's topic is appreciation and gratitude. And why I chose that topic was, I've been doing the podcast for 7 years. We've been doing it, haven't we, Corey?
Yes, we have.
Seven
8 years almost.
Yeah. And this week, a lady wrote to me and she said, thank you so much for everything that you've given. Thank you so much for everything that you have taught me. And I would like to give back to you. And so this lady offered some things which I'm very appreciative of.
Donuts?
No, but and it happens every once in a while. Every once in a while, somebody will send me a gift or just something like that, and it means the world to me. It makes such a difference to me. I feel very appreciative of it, and it's because they're appreciating me, and I'm feeling very grateful for their appreciation. It kind of validates, what we're doing here, because of course, creating this show is we do it in our own time, right? It's just a thing that we do to as an offering to the world. And so anyway, I just thought that's would be a nice topic to talk about, is appreciation and gratitude. And
when you think about it, it's 363 hours of information free of charge on the
free
on the podcast
page. All free. And actually one of the people who's watching live tonight, shout out to Anderini, because Anderini, I met Anderini at the last time I met her at a live event. She came with a gift from her country, which I very much appreciated, Anderini. And so anyway, yeah, when people say thank you, it means the world to me. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel validated for what I do in the world. So appreciation, let's talk about appreciation and let's talk about gratitude. So what is appreciation? It's a feeling or expression of admiration, approval, or gratitude. And when something appreciates, it grows and it expands. And when we appreciate something or somebody, we value them and we acknowledge them. And then gratitude is a quality of being thankful, poised and ready to show appreciation and return kindness. And both of these are vibrations, and they are unconditional and heart-centered vibrations. So if you are grateful and appreciative, you're in a state of allowing, you're in a state of being forgiving, joyful, loving, and kind, and you can let go of expectations and other lower vibrations that are not a match for appreciation and gratitude. So appreciation and gratitude are super, super high vibrations, and they're vibrations that are very close to the vibration of love. And they allow you to move into an expansive state. I mean, if you think about feeling appreciative, and we'll do a little exercise to feel appreciative in a moment, but if you think about yourself into a state of appreciation, it is a state of expansion. And in that state of expansion, it allows you to be open, more wide-reaching, expand your consciousness, explore more things. And because you're in a high vibration, you can attract positive situations and positive realities. You can attract innovative ideas that were not available to you at lower vibrations. And this is why we're always talking about, if you want to manifest, use the vibrations of gratitude and appreciation. Because with a lower vibrational set point, then those events that are a match for up here, you're not going to find them. They're not going to be available to you. With a higher vibration, see, the world is vibrational, right? Because so what you're putting out is what you will receive. So if you're putting out love, appreciation, gratitude, love, appreciation, gratitude is what's coming back at you. But if you're putting out something lower, then that's not going to be able to come back at you, because you're not a vibrational match. So what we're saying is, you cannot experience what you are not a vibrational match for. You can only experience a vibration that is a match for the vibration that you are being. So, I mean, just think about the vibrations of greed and fear and expectation and judgment. Those are vibrations that contract and limit, versus the vibrations of gratitude and appreciation. Those are vibrations that expand. And so why don't we do a little bit of an experience to bring ourselves into a vibration of appreciation and gratitude? Why don't we bring ourselves into that vibrational state where we are a vibrational match for and an attraction point for wonderful, wonderful things? So I just invite you to, as long as you're not driving or operating machinery, close your eyes and turn within. And take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And another deep breath in. And deep breath out. And take a moment to get yourself grounded. So create an energy flow from near the base of your spine all the way to the center of the earth. And then take a moment to think about something that you feel grateful for, something that you are appreciative of. Maybe you're appreciative for your friends and family. Maybe you're appreciative for your home, your job. Your pet. And as you find that seed of appreciation, feel it in your heart center. And allow yourself to expand that spark of appreciation. Allow it to expand so that you're filled with the vibration of appreciation and gratitude. Take a moment to experience your appreciation for being alive. Your appreciation for your body, your wonderful body that allows you to have so many different experiences through. Take a moment to appreciate all the wonderful people that you know. And allow your appreciation to expand and fill your entire energy field. Allow it to fill the room that you're in. And take a moment to appreciate our world. Appreciate this wonderful planet that provides everything that we need. And appreciate your fellow man, your fellow human, in all their varieties and expressions. Appreciate them. And be aware of all the 8 billion humans alive on the planet today. And send your appreciation and gratitude for their existence, for their light, for their energy. There is not a single one of us that doesn't have light within. We all have light within. We all are sparks of divine consciousness. And we all are playing a part in this great symphony of souls that we call humanity. And we can always find something to appreciate about any situation we find ourselves in, about any person that we meet, and we can always learn from everything that we encounter. So allow yourself to bring this high vibration of appreciation and transmit it into the human consciousness grid. And surround the planet with a blanket of appreciation. Take a deep breath in and breathe appreciation out into the planet. Breathing in and breathing out appreciation. Breathing in and breathing out appreciation. And continue breathing appreciation into our beautiful planet, Earth. We love her and we thank her and we are grateful to her for the life-giving qualities that she gives to us. And in this expansive state where you are feeling the vibration of appreciation, take a minute once again to appreciate yourself. And feel into this vibration of appreciation and gratitude. And realize that this is the vibration that brings you all that you might need, that brings you all that you may wish to create and manifest. This is the vibration where you become a vibrational match for the reflection of more appreciation. Right? It's funny, we use the word appreciation in our monetary system, we talk about money appreciating and currency appreciating. Appreciate yourself, expand yourself, grow yourself. And we're going to take a break. And so spend another minute in this beautiful, bathing in this beautiful vibration before we come back to the next segment of the show. All right, everybody. So tap yourself on the knee, come out of that meditation, and welcome back to part 2 of tonight's Unlocking Your Truth with Corey and Dr. Leslie. And we're talking about appreciation, and we're bringing ourselves into a vibration of appreciation. And what a wonderful vibration it is. And it feels so wonderful to be appreciated by another person, I was just sharing a little story of someone who'd been listening to the podcast who reached out to me to say she wanted to give back to me because she appreciated so much listening to the podcast. And it happens sometimes, but quite rarely. And it makes such a difference to me when it does happen. Because, yeah, we do this, we hope people are appreciating it, but unless you tell us, we don't always know. So anyway, I just want to open to expand our discussion on the vibrations of gratitude and appreciation. And so if anyone who is listening live has any stories of gratitude and appreciation that they would like to share, then please do. Or if you've got any questions about it, then please go ahead.
I think one of the things that people often ask, talk about is Oprah's gratitude book that she uses, and she writes down, I think, 3 things every day in her gratitude book. So how would you enhance, how would you expand, how would you take more of get more into the vibration? What are things that you could do to get there?
Well, that's actually a good idea. It's a vibrational practice. It's a case of being mindful about yourself and your thoughts and your emotions and taking stock of the vibration that you are in. So writing a gratitude journal or a gratitude book is a wonderful practice every day. To find 3 things that you are grateful for is wonderful. And also throughout the day to set little bits of time aside to say, where am I vibrationally right now? Am I in a state of appreciation? Or is it something else, Am I judging somebody? Am I feeling like, oh, that person, look at them, look at what they're doing. They should be doing something different than that. Are you in a state of fear? So where's your vibration? What are you feeling? What are you thinking? So I have a manifestation course. It's a 10-week course, and part of that course is to keep a vibrational diary. And so 3 times a day for a week, everybody checks in with what's my emotional state right now. So over the course of a week, they can see whether their emotional state is more high vibration or more low vibration. And then for a week, they keep a mental diary where they stop 3 times a day and say, what thoughts am I thinking right now? And they catch themselves thinking positive thoughts or negative thoughts. And so over a period of time can start to just build an understanding of where their vibration is, and then build an understanding of where, how can I shift that so that I am moving into higher and higher states, energy states. Hopefully that answers your question.
Yes, it does. Partially.
And I think also, it happens to all of us that we get into these little emotional hooks or these mental loops. And the trick is to be conscious of yourself and catch yourself, and watch yourself when you're doing it, and be able to pull yourself out of that state. And a meditation like the one we just did could be very useful for that.
Definitely. Thank you, Dr. Leslie. That was a great meditation, by the way. I enjoyed that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm grateful.
That's good. I'm grateful too. You know,
Yeah, you saying that.
you talk about your clients being grateful. I remember when we lived at the other house, you had somebody come over once to do a session, and she brought you a cutting of a plant, 3 little leaves, and I took
Yes.
that and I've got like 6 plants throughout the house now. Every time I think about that plant, it's funny, she gave it to you, but every time I think about that plant, I think about your client that was here and gave you that.
And look at that, those little cuttings appreciated.
Yeah,
And now they're all over our house in these beautiful, beautiful, healthy plants.
yeah,
That's true, isn't it?
yeah, yeah.
It's wonderful. And it's funny, just even little things. I remember I have a client who's a harpist.
Oh yeah.
And in appreciation, she sent me a CD of her harp music, for
I was
example.
I was listening to her the 2 little ones that she put on we put on the show that time. It's beautiful.
And I have
Right.
another client who's an artist, and I don't think she's watching tonight. Sometimes she watches live, and she sent me a beautiful necklace as an appreciation with her um, art that she does. She's like a glass artist and sort of mosaic and glass artist. So these little things that just make a difference to people's lives.
Yeah. I remember one of your clients that sent you those butterflies.
Mm,
They were quite nice. They're lovely. Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's really interesting what a little thing during the day for somebody can do. You know, like anybody at all, like your workmates, your friends, your just you know. I go in when I go into a store and I go to a cashier at say at the grocery store or somewhere. 9 out of 10 times, I'll look at the person and say, "Hi, how are you today? Are you having a good day?" And they stop.
They're surprised, aren't they?
Yeah, as opposed to just the mechanical, "Let's get this through," but they stop and they're appreciative. They're appreciative of the
Yeah.
interaction.
It's interesting because I think after the pandemic, some of these things have shifted for people. I know my dad, he lives in England and he's 90, but he still travels on the bus. And he used to like it. People would talk to him on the bus, and nobody talks to him on the bus anymore. But just little things like that make all the difference to people. You could be the person at the supermarket or the man on the bus. They could be alone, they could be lonely, they could go through their day, nobody talks to them. And it just like it would be so nice for us all to start appreciating each other more.
Oh, very true. I have a one question that was asked, and it was, and I know you covered this a little bit, but what do you write in a gratitude journal? And um, again, you covered that a little bit, but basically anything you want. You know,
Yeah,
you don't even have to phrase it. I've got gratitude for this, or I appreciate that. You know, just sunshine,
yeah.
snow, just it's what affects your vibration. It's what affects your attitude. And
And
go
go
ahead.
ahead. I was going to say,
Uh,
if there, I was just thinking of an example. Any postmenopausal woman that's listening to this show will get this. Um, so it's very common to sort of go, I'm not happy with my body. I'm overweight. I don't like my belly, different things. And we do this all day long to ourselves, all day long. And so in your, and it's not a recipe to have a slim down belly or lose weight, actually, the opposite. And so taking that example, I love my body. I appreciate my body so much and all the wonderful things that it does for me. And so it's turning around those little negative cycles that you have going on within you.
Definitely, it's about enhancing the positive. And I like one of the phrases I was looking at today, attitude of gratitude. It's such a nice, uh, it rolls off the tongue so nicely. You know?
Yeah. The other thing that I would say about these vibrational states is the more you appreciate and the more you are in a state of appreciating, the more you want to share with others. The more grateful that you are, the more you want to give. Because in appreciating, it spills over. In being grateful, it fills you up. And so it allows you to appreciate others and give to others. Whereas if you're feeling in a state of lack and fear, and I don't have enough, and that person has more than I do, or why did that person get that thing, or why doesn't anybody, I don't know, want to hire me for whatever it is that I do? That's kind of like the opposite.
So let me cover some of the things that are coming across. Carol says, "Thank you, Dr. Leslie, for the beautiful magnetic appreciation meditation. I appreciate so much for sharing this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I wonder if females are more in touch with appreciation and gratitude compared to males."
I think we'll see what Corey, you're a male. What do you think about that?
Um, I think so. I think women are more in touch with their feelings and open to um, the acceptance of things as opposed to men, which are still in that state. Not everybody. I mean, we all have ins and outs, but I'm sure Brian's going to have something to say to this. I can hear him typing already. Um, I think women are more appreciative of help and things. You know, like I mean, two women. First of all, women are more easily express feelings and express appreciation, whereas men don't really do that all the time. It's maybe a slap on the back, like and stuff like that. So I think females are a little bit more, and I think men are changing. I think we're coming closer to releasing those emotional um, communications with others, with other males, females. Even a male female relationship, it's hard, not always easy for men. Yeah, like, well, that's a lovely dinner or something like that, but at a deeper level, it's not always there. That's my 2 bits.
Thank you. And, of course, we can't generalize too
No.
much between men and women because there's always exceptions to that. And I think one of the things that I notice about women is they tend to overgive and deplete themselves and be unbalanced in their receiving. And so how that relates to appreciation and gratitude is that they're forgetting to appreciate themselves. They're appreciating this person that needs help and that person that needs help, and this one that I can do something for, but they're forgetting to appreciate themselves and allow themselves to receive, because it all needs to be in balance, really.
True, true. So Najeri says, "I appreciate you, Dr. Leslie and Corey."
Hi, Najiri, I appreciate you too.
We have Sammy who says, "I'm grateful," with capitals, all caps, "for your show tonight."
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I am too, Sammy. I enjoy the show. And Carol says, "Just thinking about positive thoughts today and remind myself to ask every time I have a thought, is this a divine and sacred thought that heals or creates illness?" No, interesting.
Yes, thank you, Carol. Is this a divine and sacred thought, and one that heals, or one that creates illness? That's very interesting, because would we say that all thoughts go one way or the other? I mean, all thoughts are in a way above or below the line, aren't they? Unless they're direct. I mean, I guess there must be some neutral thoughts, I suppose. I exist. I exist. You could go, I exist, and in that thought, love and appreciate the fact that you exist, or you could go, I exist, and in that thought be, bloody hell, I wish I didn't, or in that thought just be completely neutral. Well, I exist.
It's interesting, it's very interesting. Well, Dr. Leslie,
So the
it's so
emotion comes with the thought.
and with that thought, we're going to go to another break. That went quick, didn't it?
It did. It did. Welcome back, everyone, to Unlocking Your Truth with Dr. Leslie and Corey, talking about appreciation and gratitude. And we haven't said how much we appreciate our listeners.
Yes.
I met somebody, well, actually someone who's taking my medical intuition course the other day made a comment and said, I have listened to every single one of your podcast episodes.
Really?
How many is it? 300 and how many, Corey?
We're at 363.
She said she has listened to every single episode, which is just amazing. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful to her and grateful to all the listeners for listening to. We don't get to know everyone that listens. We can see that we have thousands and thousands and thousands of downloads when we look on our the platform that feeds all the podcasts, but so many people we never get to know. So if you're listening and you've never reached out to us and you've never met us, thank you.
Come join us.
We hope you are appreciating the show tonight, and we appreciate you for listening.
And come and join us. We'd love
Yes.
to have you.
Come and join us on the Awaken Your Psychic Abilities Facebook group and say, Corey, you invited me when you sign up. Because Corey's in charge of letting you into the group and he's very strict.
I've got
He
the
doesn't
button.
want trolls.
At least I try to not bring in trolls. Every once in a while they slip by though. But that's okay. I mean, they need love too. Probably more than everybody else. I just as a quick aside, I look at some of the people that want to join in. They've got like 170. I had a lady the other day, 363 or 353 groups she belongs to. I mean,
You can't possibly be active in them, can you?
no, you can't. You can't. There's a reason for that anyway. But okay, back to the house on the hill. Where was I? Susan says, I was so grateful when my grandmother's aide and nurse came to the viewing, as well as my boyfriend's work friends showed up. I never realized until her funeral how much it meant to me that people showed up to give their love. I have a hard time going to funerals, especially if I didn't know the person, but I know that the people appreciate it more than I realize, so I do make it more of an effort and not give excuses.
Yeah, thank you for that one. And funerals can be a time where people come together in appreciation for the life of the person who has passed away, appreciation for the loved ones left behind, and appreciation of the loved ones for all the expressions of love that are coming to them from friends and family.
You know, and I know it might be overdone, but a lot of people look at funerals as a celebration more so than a celebration of life, more so than the mourning of a passing. We went to Leonard. Some people out there I think know Leonard. and we went to his. It was the First Nations funeral, if you want to call it that, but a celebration of life. And it was what? How long, Dr. Leslie? About 2 hours, 3 hours? And it was
Something.
such an amazing event. It was such an amazing event. I mean, nobody walked out of there the same. It was, passed around the pipe. It was just astounding. You know,
And everyone got to appreciate, say something of appreciation about their personal relationship with the deceased person.
yeah.
So it was very nice. My mum's funeral, everybody got to lay a flower on her coffin. Everyone got their personal moment of appreciation. Anyway, I think we might have some more comments to share.
Yes, we do. And this is from Lorraine. Lorraine says, to me, appreciation feels close to unconditional love.
Yes, it is. Very much so, Lorraine.
And here's Brian's message for us. I've actually noticed guys expressing gratitude and appreciation quite a bit. I run into them quite often. I myself find myself doing it quite often without any real effort. It comes naturally. I seem to be finding the good in just about every situation. Quite amazing to observe. Lovely, Brian. I knew you would. Yeah, it is, Brian. I agree with you. It's actually an exercise. It's actually an exercise more so. The appreciation, gratitude is an exercise. It's a state of being, but it's also an exercise. And I think one of the things we have to we would benefit from is listening and noticing. I think too many of us are caught up in the movement of the day. I got to get here. I got to do that. I got to do this, and you're not seeing and hearing what's going on around you. And especially as guys, I think guys were so into the worldly stuff, and women are more um, family based. You know, like they come from their heart more so than the guys do. But yeah, I agree with you. It's changing. It's changing out there, and I'd love to see it change more. I was in a men's group, and we really were uh, able to express. I went on a retreat once with about 120 guys for 3 days, and it was an incredible supportive event. I mean, we were really, it was wonderful. So this is from Tracy. Tracy said, what happens to people that cannot or do not feel or express gratitude or appreciation? What happens to them physically? They get tormented.
Well, I mean, you know, I think that it's completely unique to the individual. So I don't think we could say all people who do not express appreciation develop, I don't know, I want to make up a funny disease, but depreciatus.
Yeah.
Maybe that's close to the truth. Maybe they get depressed. But you know, in a way, you become your thoughts and your emotions physically. And so if you are, I know, if you are, if your heart is not full of joy and appreciation, and it's full of the opposite, you know, maybe you develop the stooping inward chest when you get elderly, or maybe you develop cardiovascular issues. If you are not appreciative of what you have and always fearful that you're going to lose it, you know, maybe you develop a fear-based, fear-related problem. And so I think it's individual. I don't know that there's a huge generalization that we could say everyone who can't be appreciative gets, you know, depreciation disease. But yeah, some people find it hard to access these things within themselves. And I think if you can just catch a glimmer, a tiny thing, like something that you love, if you've got a pet cat, you know, or a pet dog, or you remember a child when it was a baby, and if you can just get that little spark of joy, then you can focus and expand it.
I have another message from the jury, actually two here. She says, I appreciate the plant beside you, Dr. Leslie.
Isn't it lovely? It's not one of the offspring of the gratitude plant, though.
No, I actually have one of those gratitude plants for you. I've started, Dr. Leslie.
Do you?
Yes, we'll have to bring it down. I keep meaning to repot and bring it down. And the jury, it was interesting. I looked at your message, and when I pasted it into my Word, a little what I thought was an emoji come up. I said, gee, that emoji looks just like the jury. Then I realized it's actually a picture of you, but a small little one. And the jury says the energy for this show tonight is powerful.
Well, thank you. I'm feeling kind of low key, but grateful.
That's good.
Yes.
I'm glad I've got gratitude that you're grateful for gratitudeness of the show. That's getting silly, right?
Hmm.
But you should be grateful for my silliness.
I am.
Oh, you're not.
I am. I'm appreciating it right now.
Okay, that's good. This one's from Susan. It's hard to keep up sometimes. Yes, you're right. The last celebration of life I went to was just that. The widow held up the line about 2 hours, saying hi to each and every person. They had to push back the ceremony 2 hours, but that showed how much she appreciated each and every person who showed up.
We need to remember to appreciate people in life as well.
Yeah.
I think, especially the elderly, it's very hard for people as they get older. And they often feel overlooked and unappreciated.
Oh, this is from Lucy. This is a good one. Thank you, Lucy. Lucy says, this is a quote. She says, gratitude is not only the greatest of the virtues, but the parent of all the others. And this is a quote from Cicero 106 to 43 BC.
Beautiful.
That is beautiful. I truly appreciate that. That is a lovely quote.
And look at that. That is broadcasting. What was the year that he said it?
106 BC to
Wow.
somewhere between 106 BC and 43 BC.
That's been broadcasting through 2,000 years to reach us.
Yeah.
That way of appreciation.
They talk about appreciation. That's quite I'm quite appreciative about that. Sometimes quotes. I love quotes because they say what I want to say sometimes, and they say it so well. And it's wonderful that people have gone before us and have helped us with those type of things. Let's see if we got anything come in. Okay, so let me look here. Are there different types of gratitude?
Are there different types of gratitude? You know, I don't know, but I am going to go and get a little book on my bookshelf because it made me think about and read something. I have a card deck. I've owned it for longer than I care to remember, probably 30 years. And it's called Angel Blessings by Kimberly Maroney. And it's really, I'm very grateful for it. It's beautiful. And the cards inside are taken from just the old masters' paintings of angels. And there is an angel of gratitude. That's one of the angels in here. And maybe the angel of gratitude, if I can find her, may have something to say about that question. Are there different types of gratitude? She's called Unieme, and she's on page 68. Let's have a look. She's got another quote from Proverbs. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. Gratitude expands awareness, opening your consciousness to receive. It's kind of what I was saying, isn't it? Every thought and feeling is clearly reflected in your body and the events you attract in life. Also kind of like what I was saying. If you are deeply grateful to your body and all of its elements, it will attract health. Why not choose to focus on the perfection of your eternal self through gratitude? When experienced passionately, these three ascension attitudes, love, surrender, and gratitude, become an invincible force for healing. Set aside time each day to thank God, the source of every good and perfect thing. In the morning, thank God for your life and dedicate the day to expressing divine will in all your actions. At night, before sleeping, review your day. Thank Spirit for your blessings, the happy moments, the successes, the loving people, and all the beauty that you have experienced. Review the situations that have made you uncomfortable, angry, fearful, or worried. Give thanks that they have come to your attention and discover what they are trying to tell you. Ask Unieme to open your eyes and reveal creative and positive solutions, then let go and have faith that your call will be answered. Do you feel resentment rather than gratitude? When you repress your real feelings and force yourself to behave as if you feel something else, you lose touch with the truth and fall prey to lies and illusions. That's something we didn't touch on, isn't it? A lot of people will say, oh, I'm full of love. I don't have a hateful bone in my body, right? It's simply not true. They do have some hate. Most of us do this far more than we would like to believe, replacing a feeling judged to be unacceptable with another. So we don't want to go, oh, I'm full of appreciation, when that's a lie. Okay, we want to be honest and authentic with ourselves. Do you smile and act happy when you are really miserable, rather than fearfully avoiding unpleasant things? Dive into them while calling to God for love and truth. Facing your resentments will help your heart to the overwhelming rapture of deep gratitude. So there's deep gratitude that's rapturous, apparently, in answer to that question. Find little things throughout the day which to be joyously grateful for. Meals, parking places, green lights, kindness, everything. Thank nature for her gifts of beautiful flowers and sunshine. Listen to the ecstatic music like the Hallelujah Chorus by Handel. Treat yourself to pampering in thanks to your body. Wear clothes that make you happy, attractive, and comfortable. Wear your favorite perfume and think of the angels. Well, that's a nice thing, isn't it?
Yep, it's lovely. I have one more here. Two more quick comments, Dr. Leslie, then we're going to have to go.
Okay.
And this was from Anderini. Anderini says, Dr. Leslie, please know that I'm grateful and blessed to have known you for years now. You've been a great help during my difficult moments, a great healer when I needed one. I appreciate your help, your expertise, also your knowledge and wisdom shared through this Awakening Your Psychic Abilities podcast together with Corey.
Thank you, Anderini, and it's been my pleasure to connect with you all these years as well, and hold your hand across the computer in the dark night of the soul.
And this is from, sorry.
That's okay.
This is from Carol. Carol says, I felt an open heart and mind, lots of acceptance and surrendering with your gratitude meditation too, Dr. Leslie.
Surrender. We didn't say it. I might have mentioned it, but yes, we can surrender into gratitude. And when we are in a state of appreciation and gratitude, it is a state of surrender. And a state of surrender is a state of flow. And in a state of surrender, you allow yourself to be carried along your path by your higher being, as opposed to your human aspect, kicking and screaming and resisting, which often we do.
Yes, we often do that. And folks, if you appreciate this show, show your gratitude by giving us a like, and on whether you're on Facebook or on YouTube, that would be appreciated as well.
And I would really appreciate your suggestions on what shows you would like us to do. We always ask, but we never receive.
Yeah.
And we'd like to receive so that we can appreciate these suggestions.
And Brian says, thank you for the great show, Dr. Leslie and Corey. And Lucy says, thank you, Dr. Leslie and Corey, for discussing about appreciation and gratitude tonight. Thank you, Lucy. I think Lucy's more is rather new. So,
yes,
and that's it, Dr. Leslie. You got to go.
Yes, I appreciate all the new people as well that showed up today. Bye.
Bye-bye.